Hi folks, this is John Oakes here, coming to you from HANKSTERS Hot Rods here in our lovely, beautiful, sunny Indiana, Pennsylvania location. I only say that because maybe some of our guys down at our Florida store, they start out with bright and sunny Florida. So we'll be the same up here. What we have here today to go over with you is a very nice 1967 Chevrolet. It's the Chevy 2 or Nova 67 again, all black, black outside, black interior, and obviously it's black underneath, as all cars are pretty much. We'll go ahead with the underside, just kind of pointing out to you what we see underneath here. Once we're all done with there, obviously we'll get it down off of the lift and we'll go around the outside and the interior for you as well. So starting off underneath here towards the rear of the car, obviously, you've got the stock fuel tank here in very good condition. You don't see any dents or dings in the fuel tank. All the mounting hardware, the straps are in good shape. Bolts and everything holding everything together also in real good shape on this car. You see that it does have the monoleaf rear suspension here, and that's tied in with your 10-bolt GM rear end here. And this is the 8.2-inch ring gear here in this rear end. So 10-bolt GM rear, 8.2-inch ring gear. Now this car here is sitting on all four 17-inch polished aluminum billet specialty wheels. You'll get a better look at that stuff once we get it down off of the lift, but just to give you an idea, that's what it's sitting on here. Now it does have a brand new four-wheel disc brake kit on it. It's a power brake kit, disc brake front rear, drilled slotted rotors both on the front and on the rear, and it's all GM stuff, GM calipers, GM rotors, and you can see all the nice new brake lines, you know, the braided lines for out at the ends, all four corners. It's got the emergency brake cables and everything all hooked up to it. So everything is complete underneath here. It's got dual exhaust all the way coming from the motor all the way back, dual Flowmaster mufflers here, and it's got the tailpipes here that exit out between the leaf spring and the quarter panel just as it should. Alright, here we are now underneath the center of our 67 Chevy 2 Nova here. Again, as you can take a look, all of the floors, both sides, front pans, rear pans, all are in really good shape. I don't see any patching whatsoever. Looks to be original floors. Again, I don't see any heavy undercoating either, which is really good because again, you get to see, you know, exactly what the metal looks like. And again, no patching. You don't see any rust or rot holes or anything. It's all nice stamped floor pans that you see here. Up in the rockers even behind those are in excellent shape too. Your transmission cross member, it's in really good shape too. A lot of times you'll see these maybe banged up a little bit. Not this one, perfectly straight. I can't really see the mount back here, the rubber mount. But I would assume it's in good shape too. Everything else seems to be, so I don't see why that would not be either. Again, you see the exhaust. Again, that looks to be all fairly new stuff here. So you see it coming back. The bends are real nice in it. They've got it tucked up in nice and tight, probably about as close to the drive shaft as you would want it to, and as close to the floor. You can fit about a hand in there. That's really about all you want, just so it's not vibrating off of the floors. Again, the dual Flowmaster mufflers back here to give it that nice throaty sound. And again, I know I'm kind of jumping around here, but you've got all of the cables and all of the hardware for your emergency brakes. You can see it's got fairly new shocks on the back. Probably just like a regular, probably like a Monroe shock, something like that. Other than that, that's pretty much it. You've got the Turbo 350 automatic transmission. That is coupled up to a small block Chevy, and that is a date correct 1967 327 motor. So again, not numbers matched, but it is date correct 1967 327. And they even it's complete. It's got the flywheel cover here to protect that flywheel from any debris or anything getting to the flywheel and possibly chipping a tooth or something like that. So And finally now we'll finish up here underneath the front end. This again, our Chevy 2 Nova here. All factory stock steel stamped components here for the suspension up front. So you've got your lower control arms, your upper A arms. Now these would be, I'm not sure if these are new spindles or not, but again, if they had to modify them in any way to do the disc brake kits, it was just very minor modifications. Again, most of these kits come that you can mount them up to the stock spindles a lot of time. But either way, they've got good spindles on them. Again, the front disc brakes, drilled slotted rotors. I've already mentioned that we're running on 17-inch wheels here and tires. You've got that front strut type suspension that these cars did come with. It is a manual steering car. And again, I already mentioned about the motor, non-numbers matched, 327 date correct. You've got that. All of your ball joints, all your suspension bushings, tie rod ends, the drag link, everything like that. That's all in really good shape on this car. You can tell that they have greased that, they have maintained it over the years. All the little dust boots and everything are still intact and in good condition too. So again, that tells you that it was maintained properly, and they didn't go overboard with that kind of thing and possibly blow out the boots and so forth. So again, everything in nice tip-top shape underneath here. The frame rails up front here in excellent shape too, nice and straight, no dents, dings. You can see the small cross member that these cars had. It's in good shape too. You don't see it buckled or anything like that, nice and straight. So that's really about it underneath this car. We'll go ahead and get it down off the lift. We'll show you what the exterior looks like. We'll go inside, check out that interior too. It's in really nice shape as well. And then we'll finish off with going underneath the hood and letting you see what that motor sounds like too. All right, we're outside now with our 67 Chevy 2 Nova here. Again, all black here, black exterior. And again, black is one of those colors where you have to have the paint job just right for it to look good. And this one looks really good here. Starting here at the front, we've got an all steel 2-inch cowl induction hood. We'll see that from the front as we get back to that here a little bit later. But again, this car, everything nice. You see the front bumper here just wrapped around. It's nice and tight there. All of the bezels around the headlights. It's got the body molding here that goes the whole way back the side of the car, clear back to the rear of the quarter panels there. You'll see that this car is sitting on all 17-inch polished aluminum wheels. These are billet specialty wheels, and they have Falcon tires on here, and these are 215/45 17-inch tires here on the front of this car. You'll see it's got the 327 cross flags emblem down here on the bottom of the front fender. Again, it's got the molding here down at the bottom of the rockers here. Again, that's in very nice shape too. No dents or dings there, just like that body side molding. It's all very straight, polished up real nice. Again, on the 67 Novas, you've got the wing window here, and you can see the trim all the way around that wing window in very nice condition. It's also got the trim the whole way along the top edge of the door and where that quarter window is. Again, all in very good condition. Drip rail roof molding here as well. Nice and straight, polished up well. No issues there again. And it's got the driver's side mirror added on here on the driver's door. As we work our way a little further back here, quarter panel, again, nice straight panels. The door, you can see the door gaps, the elevations are all nice, very uniform with the door gaps both on the back side and the front side. Those look real nice and tight there. Again, we have 17-inch wheels. We have the Falcon tires back here, 255/45 17s on the back of this car. So little taller, little wider. Again, they have the wheel wells filled up real nice to give it a nice look here. The moldings here and trim around the rear window as well. From what we can see here on this side, those are in good condition. We'll take another look from the back here whenever we get to the rear of the car. And then just to complete back here, we've got the Nova Chevy 2 emblems on the rear quarter panels. Now what we'll do is we'll go up, we'll open up the door, we'll take a look on the interior of the car there and see what all we can show you from there. Alright, now we find ourselves inside the interior of the car here. As you can see, we have a matching billet specialty steering wheel. So this matches perfectly with the wheels that's on the car on the outside. Now this car's had a little bit of work done on the inside here. Nothing that's altered anything from stock though in any way whatsoever. They did place an all digital instrument cluster in this car, so everything's digital. Your fuel gauge, voltmeter, the tachometer, the speedometer, the water temperature gauge, the oil pressure gauge, and your shift indicators. Everything all digital up here in this dash. But again, like I said, nothing has been altered to modify the dash in any way whatsoever. It's a, you know, it's a factory fit type component that they put in here. Again, it's a half wrap steering wheel, so you've got the leather half wrap here, all black. You've got all vinyl bench seat up front here. All the seat belts are present in this car as well. Nice black headliner here, pulled nice and taut here. No wrinkles, no sags, nothing at all. Done really nice. Sun visors are in excellent shape as well on this car. Again, factory dash. It's got the factory dash pad on it too, the padded dash, and that's in good condition also. There's no cracks or anything evident on that dash pad. It is a column shift, of course, because of the automatic in it and because it has this bench seat in it. So column shift. It does have a Pioneer AM/FM digital cassette player in it. They've got the factory style AC and heater controls in this car too. But again, as we mentioned before, this car has aftermarket AC and heat in it. So they've put the kit in here complete. You've got the vents underneath the dash here. You've got vents out here at the ends too, out at the sides there. The emergency brake, it's right underneath the dash there in the stock location. Stock emergency brake handle, just a pull. And that's really about it. Door panels are in excellent condition. All your material, all your upholstery, no cracks, no rips, tears, anything. It's all in excellent shape. You can see the carpeting too, nice black carpeting. Excellent shape there. You don't see any signs of fades or any tears or any premature wear in it either. It's been really taken care of well over the years. So that's really about it here on the inside. We'll go ahead now, jump out, and we'll go to the back of the car, show you the trunk and the rear, and head the rest of the way around the car for you. Alright, now we're around the back end of the car here, 67 Chevy 2 Nova. As you can see, the trim around that back window, very nice. Again, you won't see any dents or dings or any scuff marks from it being polished or anything like that. Obviously, all the trim work's been taken care of really well on this car. The rear trunk here, very nice gaps the whole way around. Nice and tight, just like the rest of the car. Those doors, the hood, everything. Nice tight gaps here, so fitment really nice here. Elevations are really nice too. Just about as good as what you could ask for on one of these old cars. Tail lights, you can tell the lenses, again, nice condition. There's no cracks, no little chips out of it. Both lenses, both your parking or brake light lenses and your backup lenses, those covers are real nice. The bezels around them also in good shape as well. Big chrome back bumper here. You'll notice that it's got the bumperettes on it too. You'll see when we go out front as well, it's got the matching bumperettes on the front end too. You see it's got the Chevy 2 trim here also that spans the width of that trunk lid. And then also underneath, which you probably can't see right now, but we saw it whenever we had the car up on the lift, it's got the tailpipes that exit out between the leaf spring and the rear quarter panel. So at this time, let's go ahead and open that trunk and take a look at how nice that is on the inside here too. Again, just like most of our cars here, the underside of that trunk lid painted the same color as the exterior of the car. Nice black, shiny black paint there. you can see now here the inside of the trunk. And again, these little Chevy 2 Novas, they have a pretty good sized trunk in them, so you can fit a lot. You see it's got a full-size spare back here. It's got all the bumper jack accessories, the lug wrench, the bumper jack itself is in here as well. You can see just how nice that floor is too, with the black and aqua trunk spatter paint that they spray these with. Trunk mat's in excellent condition as well. And if you lift up that trunk mat, obviously you see a little discoloration on the mat, but if you take a look at the floor underneath there, good solid, no patching, no holes, all one piece, looks just as good as it would have from the factory. That's pretty much it. I mean, other than the weather stripping here, weather stripping is in good condition as well. You don't see any dry like cracking or any chunks out of it. Again, it seals up nice and tight. No issue with any weather getting in and causing water delay or anything. You will not have that on this car. Seals up nice and tight. So let's go ahead and shut the trunk lid now. Okay, and we'll work our way around now to the passenger side of the car. Alright, now we'll finish up here going down the passenger side of the car, and then we'll get to the front end. But standing back here again, I want to just kind of, you know, touch on the fact that, again, a black car, again, this is a little bit of a shorter car, but still you have big, long, straight, flat panels on this car. And you can really tell how well bodywork and everything was on this car. It is nice and straight down the sides. It doesn't wave at you going down the sides. It is laser straight. Again, we've got all that body molding too that runs the whole way from the rear quarter all the way up to the tip of the front fender there. You've got the Nova Chevy 2 emblems back here on the quarter panel itself. Again, I've already mentioned the 17-inch wheels, the 255/45 17 rear tires on the car. The one thing I did fail to mention on the other side that we'll try to catch a glimpse of here, again, all four-wheel disc brakes on this car, and that's a brand new kit that was put on this car just recently. Again, drilled and slotted rotors both on the front and on the back of this car, and you can see the painted red calipers here too. So again, all top quality stuff here, and all new stuff too. So again, it's not like it's used, it's all new. So we'll move forward here. Again, you've got that bright work here, the drip rail molding up around the tops of the doors there, and the whole way around the top edge of the doors here as well, and back here in the quarter window. Doors fitment, you can see again, nice tight gaps front and rear, and again, elevations are just about as good as what you could ask for. You got the rocker molding again, nice and straight, no dents or dings in that also. Again, a lot of care on this car as well was taken whenever it was done. We can open up this door real quick just to take a look. Your threshold plates, those are in excellent shape too. Again, we've already mentioned it's got all the seat belts in it. You know, just everything. The weather stripping around the doors is very nice. Everything was adjusted just as it should be, and everything fits as good as what it can. Again, it all shuts nice and easy. Again, with newer seals and so forth, you may have to shut it a little harder, but there you go, nice and tight. Again, the gaps just about as good as what you could ask for. Trim around the windshield, that's very nice too. Again, no dents or dings, no scuffs, no rub marks from, you know, buffing, polishing, nothing like that. Again, all excellent condition. The glass in this car too, very nice. I don't see any chips or anything on this glass, and it cleans up nice and well too. So again, nice curved windshield there in the corners. Again, no issues with that whatsoever. And again, back up to the front fender here, the 327 cross flags emblems on the back side of the front fender there. Back up to the nose now. So we'll go ahead and bring our camera around the front, take a look at the front grille and all the trim work around here, and then we'll go ahead and pop the hood on it and we'll show you what's underneath. And finally here, we've now you know, caught up here together at the front end of our 67 Nova. Again, I've already mentioned this 2-inch steel cowl induction hood here. Again, you can see those gaps up along the sides of that hood and fenders and the elevation. Again, very nicely done, all adjusted just as well as it could be. And again, the paint on this thing, just as nice as can be. You see the grill work here. Again, a lot of bright work on these grills, and it's polished up real nice here. As you can see, it does have the Chevy 2 emblem right here up on the grill. Again, if you look at the headlights, the headlight lenses are in excellent condition as well. No chips or cracks on those. Again, those are your old-fashioned, you know, sealed beams up front. The trim work around the headlights, those headlight bezels, those are in excellent shape as well. Again, that nice big chrome front bumper, and like I mentioned when we were at the back of the car, it's got those matching bumperettes here on the front end as well. What we'll do now is let's go ahead and pop our hood. Just reach in, grab our latch, and there we go. We've got the hood open. Again, all steel hood, 2-inch cowl induction hood, all painted up the black underneath. Now, they didn't do the glossy black underneath like the exterior of the car, but a lot of times they don't, only in certain circumstances there. But again, good, strong, reinforced hood there. And underneath here now, we have a non-numbers match, but it is date correct, 327 cubic inch motor here sitting under the hood here. We've got the black Chevrolet air cleaner here, matching Chevrolet valve covers also in black as well. A Holley aluminum intake, and it's got an Edelbrock single feed 4-barrel carburetor on it too. Again, I already mentioned aftermarket heat and AC. You see the compressor right here. All the lines are hooked up, works just as it should. Power brakes. This car does not have power steering. That's about the only thing that it's lacking. But again, these cars are nice and light on the front end, and again, a small block Chevy motor up front here, they still turn nice and easy. Again, all factory stock suspension components on it. You've got a stock style radiator up front, an electric fan on this one, so you have the weight of the fan off of the motor, give it a little bit more performance there. And an electric fan, they usually cool a lot more efficiently than what your regular, like a steel bladed or an aluminum blade flex type fan would. Stock cast exhaust manifolds on it. A lot of times people will elect to use, leave those on the motor because they seal up a lot better than what headers do most of the time. And again, when we were underneath, we saw it's got the dual exhaust, Flowmaster mufflers, complete with tailpipes out the rear of the car. So that's really about it underneath the hood here that we could talk about. What we'll do next is we'll go ahead and fire this car up for you, let you see what it sounds like a little bit there. Other than that, obviously, if you've got any questions about this car and any other car that's in our inventory, definitely give us a phone call. Our phone number's on the website and throughout the videos, as well as our email address. You can always email us any questions that you might have as well.